is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Just like I promised, we going to do the Eastern Conference. Only reason why I'm doing it so early in the morning, I just got off work. But y'all been eating up these videos and y'all love the Western Conference so much. I might as well go ahead and give y'all the Eastern Conference while I'm already up. Full of energy. I'm loving the support. I'm loving what you guys doing on the channel and on the website and on the Facebook page. But one thing I definitely say is I got to continue to go. So just like the first one, I'm about to start from 8 to 1. And let me know if you disagree. Let me know, y'all listen in the comment section below. My number 8, which is going to surprise people, is the Detroit Pistons. Now, this is a team that didn't make the playoffs for the last 2 years. They they mutually agreed to part ways with Stan Van Gundy, a guy that kind of hilariously inherited this team with Josh Smith, Greg Monroe, and obviously Andre Drummond. And then he has Andre Drummond, Blake Griffin, Stanley Johnson. It's kind of like he left and gave them back what they gave him. But the thing about it is Dwayne Casey is coming in, the coach of the year, a guy that was able to build a culture in Toronto, help them get back to the playoffs, do things that they never done, get into the Eastern Conference Finals, obviously winning the most games in franchise history. He's bringing a winning culture. He can coach defense, he can coach offense, and he has all stars. Blake Griffin has been an all star multiple years, and he's in the East, which means it's a lot easier for him to make it if he can stay healthy, which has been his biggest problem why he hasn't been on the All NBA and All Star team because he can't stay healthy. But with Andre Drummond backing him up and getting rebounds, Blake Griffin adding the handles and his passing ability, able to hit the stop and pop jumper, the 3-point shot now. He's not great at it, but he's showing that he can do it, and he's not afraid to pull it up. I think they have enough offense. They have enough to win and sneak out games. You still got to beat up on the Brooklyn, the Knicks. There's a lot of teams with injuries and a lot of teams that's not that good in the East, especially at the bottom. Plus, you get to beat up on the weak teams in the West too. I think they should win enough to win 38 to 41 to 42 games, and that should be enough just to barely get them into the playoffs. And even if it is, nobody really expect this team to win a championship or be a contender unless they make a move at the trade deadline or now. Other than that, with Stanley Johnson, Reggie Jackson, Blake Griffin, and Drummond, that should be enough talent if they can stay healthy to get you to the playoffs. And that's the key. Not Stanley Johnson, Reggie Jackson and Blake can't stay healthy, but they still had enough to almost make the playoffs the last 2 years. I think about 63, 65 games for both of them should be enough, especially under Dwayne Casey bringing a new identity to this team. Miami is a team that snuck into the playoffs last year, a team that we all predicted based off their season 2 years ago that they'd make it last year. They did it, and I don't see why they won't. They got enough talent to compete against anybody. They got the coaching to execute and put them in situations where they should be able to win games, close out games, and steal games, and they should be able to win you mid-40s, and that should be enough to catapult them into the lower echelon of the playoffs. But they can be competitive like they did against the Sixers, against those top teams, but at the same time, I don't see them getting out of the first round, and I see them getting 6th, 7th, or even possibly 8th, but I'm going to put them at 7th right now as they currently constructed. If they get Jimmy Butler, then that'll change this, obviously, but they don't have him so far. Indiana Pacers, you have Victor Oladipo. I know he should be higher. I know that Nate McMillan, but the thing to me about the Pacers is they did it last year. Is not as predictable this year. Yes, they're going to be tough to guard. Yes, they're going to improve. Yes, they have some key additions like Tyreek Evans, giving them another ball handler, another scorer. But at the same time, they're not going to catch people off guard. Victor Oladipo has to continually improve because he struggled in the playoffs, and they figured out a way to slow him down. People going to use that blueprint against him this year if he don't add anything to his game. And even if he does come back and play the season that he had last year, that was barely good enough to really win them a lot of games. To me, the top of the East got even tougher. So they're going to have to do more than what they did last year if they really want to make a high first, second, third, fourth, or fifth seed. I think they have enough talent to be better than Detroit and be better than Miami because they can score better. They got a go-to guy in Victor Oladipo who can close games. Plus, they have a coach that knows how to use his players and get the best out of them. Plus, they added some good veterans to this roster and some young picks. Number 5, the Bucks. I want them higher, but I just gotta see it. Giannis is an MVP candidate. He's one of the top 10 players in the league. He was the best player in the Boston series. That says a lot. But at the same time, he does have to get that takeover mentality. He does have to do anything that's possible to win games because you are in the East. You go against a lot of weak teams. But Giannis has not even won 50 games since he's been in the Bucks, and he hasn't even made it out of the first round. So with that being said, I have to see it before I give them credit. And until I see it, I can't give them the credit of being the top 4, 3, second, or first seed until they actually go out there and do it and actually go out there and win games and get out of the first round. I don't think this year should be about Giannis being MVP. It's just about improving and getting to where you couldn't go and getting and making progress with your team, building chemistry, learning each other. But they've been doing that for the last couple of years and we haven't seen the results. They try to shake it up with Bledsoe. They add in Brogdon. He starts. He comes off the bench. They let go of Jabari Parker. That means more touches for Giannis and Middleton and the other guys on this team. Maybe they can play a team spread offense with Giannis taking over games and Middleton helping them out. But if they do get a team-friendly offense because of Mike Budenholzer, that should be good enough for them to be a top 5 seed in the East and have opportunity to get out of the first round for the first time in Giannis' career. He is a great defensive coach, and he has a right coaching staff on his bench. Plus, he is one of the best offensive coaches. He preaches ball movement, and he preaches playing together. And if they're able to buy in defensively and they're able to buy in offensively, I don't see why the Bucks can't be higher. But I still have to see it before I give them that higher seed. Washington, this is a team that could have been higher, but John Wall got injured and they couldn't really hold the fort down for the whole season. Obviously, they was doing good, and as John Wall he came in to come back. They started losing games, and he came back in, and they were just good enough to make it to the playoffs. If they can stay healthy, this is a dangerous team. They got this. They got John Wall, one of the best passers in the NBA. He can break down the defense. He can get out in transition. He's a solid defender. He's not going to be the defender that he once was because of the knee surgery and the injuries that he has sustained. Has declined his defense the last 2 years, but he's still one of the best passers, still one of the best attackers. And on top of that, he got sharpshooters with Otto Porter and Bradley Beal, who now can handle the ball and kind of create their own shot. Bradley Beal can. I want to see more from Otto Porter, and if they want to continue to move up, we got to see more from Otto Porter. Plus, they have the addition of adding Dwight Howard, a guy that can actually dominate on the inside, rebounding and finishing in the paint, while also showing that he want to stretch out a little bit. I don't think he needs to do that, but whatever, if you can do more and expand your game, make you more diverse, make you a more harder team to guard, that helps the Wizards. So if anything, if he's efficient at it, give him the shots. If he's not, just focus on dominating the paint, pick and roll with John Wall, and you can always be a good passer. He was a good passer in Orlando. He has the shooters. He has the point guard, one of the best point guards he ever played with, and John Wall. So this should be a good year for them. Number 3, Philly. This is one of the teams I have to see it. Obviously, they won 50 games last year, but this is a year where Ben Simmons, we've seen the blueprint, just like I said about Victor Oladipo, on how to stop Ben Simmons and how to make him struggle. He's going to get his passes just like Rondo. He's going to get the passes. He's going to find his teammates. That's something you can't stop. But if you can really lock in on the paint and really make them utilize their other players, will Dario Saric step up enough? Will Markelle Fultz step up enough? Can J.J. Redick continue to be efficient, knowing that they're going to try to sag off and clog up that paint for Joel Embiid? So this team is more or less building on what they did last year, kind of like the Bucks been trying to do. And they got out of the first round. They won 50 games, but can they stay healthy? Joel Embiid has been injured so much the last couple of years. Ben Simmons had a healthy year, but can he score? Can he hit that elbow jumper? Will he attempt threes? Will he add enough diversity to his game to where he don't hit that rookie wall like he did last year offensively, scoring the ball and in the playoffs? If he does, they're going to finish 3. If he comes out and they all firing all cylinders, they have the floor space and they have the three-point shooting, then they have the ball handlers like Ben Simmons, Dario, and Markelle Fultz, and you have to throw in the post of Joel Embiid and the fact that he can create his own shot, they're going to be a tough team to guard. Plus, they're going to be one of the best defensive teams. But if they can put all of that together, they could go higher. But I have to see it So I got them number 3. Toronto, this is a team that we seen, but they add a little small change of scenery. They have a coach that they already had implemented offense. He's just gonna have a bigger role. Obviously, they have Kawhi Leonard, one of the top 5 best players in the NBA, one of the best defenders, to me, the best defender in the NBA besides Rudy Gobert, but definitely the best perimeter defender, in my personal opinion, is Kawhi Leonard. He's a great three-point shooter, something that they lack from DeMar DeRozan. He's more aggressive. He's more proven in the playoffs. Obviously, he went to 2 finals and won a finals MVP, but he also had dominant series, and he also showed that he can be clutch, and he also showed that he can create his own shot, but you still do have Kyle Lowry, who hasn't been proven. Serge Ibaka struggled in the playoffs too, so I don't really know how they're going to play in the playoffs, but Kawhi Leonard is an upgrade, and you still have improvements from Fred VanVleet, OG, obviously, other players on this roster like DeLon Wright them. Even Jonas has shown that he can have a bigger impact on his team, and Serge Ibaka wants to prove himself after the flop that he did last year in the playoffs. So at the end of the day, I think Toronto is going to be around that 55, 60, close to 60 again, and they're going to be a tough team to out, and they're going to be a tough team to play against. But number one, got to go to the Celtics, the team that should have been the number 1 seed, but in the beginning of the year, we lose Gordon Hayward. We've been able to win 18 straight games, and we just could not close out the season because of nagging injuries to Kyrie. And then we lose Gordon and Kyrie in the playoffs and still get further than the Raptors in the Sixers and have one game a couple minutes away from getting to the NBA Finals without our 2 All-Stars. I think we're the most versatile team. We can do a lot of switching. We're one of the better offensive teams when we're on the same page. We got the floor spacing. We got the ball handler. We got the size. We have the isolation scores. We have the ability to go small, go big. And on top of that, we got a big that can space out the floor, so we can have a team with all floor spacers out there with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown now that he can shoot, Kyrie, Gordon Hayward, and obviously Al Horford, and that's going to be a dynamic, tough team to stop because they all can handle the ball, all break down the defense, all can score in isolation, and they all can shoot the 3. So you're going to have a fit trying to guard this team. On paper, that's how it should work. But Brad Stevens is one of the best coaches, as we all know. We have to give him credit for that, and hopefully he can win the number 1 team in the East. And if he do that, I don't see why he can't win Coach of the Year unless a team surprises or even a team in the West do even better. I think this is the year that Brad Stevens gets his Coach of the Year and finally get to the NBA Finals after going to the Eastern Conference Finals the last 2 years. It's finally ready time for him to get over the hump. Just stay healthy. Same thing I said about Detroit. Same thing I said about Philly. Same thing I said about Washington because Bradley Beal had a lot of injuries. John Wall had a lot of injuries. It's all about health. If they can stay healthy, this is the best team in the East. If they can't, they're going to still make the playoffs, but they might not win a championship. Right now, they could compete with anybody, including the Golden State Warriors, and it's just a matter of time if we see it. It's just a matter of time taking advantage of that opportunity and trying to win that game, play hardest. And that's all they can really do is put that effort and energy and get there and let everything else play out. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Also, check out my Spreadshirt. There you can find NBA merchandise from me, my own brand. You can find t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, pillowcases, water bottles, whatever you need. I got it available on my Spreadshirt. Thanks for supporting by buying the t-shirts. Thanks for supporting by liking on Facebook, binge watching, liking on YouTube, and continuing to watch my videos. I appreciate it. I enjoy making these videos. Y'all enjoy watching them. That's the Trinity. But also, it's enjoyment because the season is about to start. And these videos is only here to get you hyped. I'm excited making them. I'm excited watching preseason already. And I cannot wait for the season to start, just like the rest of you guys. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your top 8 in the East. Check out my top 8 in the West. It'll be in the playlist of this video. Matter of fact, just binge watch the whole season previews that I did. I did all 30 teams. You're going to have fun with them. I made them. They was enjoyable. And you're going to love them. So, I'm going. That's a class.